That's dope.
What is up, everybody? It is Wednesday, July 21st at 2 p.m. EDT here on the sunny coast of Florida, where I have been vacationing by the beach, which sounds lovely. But if you were on my live stream the other day, you know that it's been a bit challenging. You've got this thing called red tide, which makes dead fish and eels show up on the beach. I've been swimming in it. I had a dead eel slap me in the leg today. It was pretty eventful, but it's been a good time getting it in with the family. So no complaints here. The big talk of the day, obviously, today is in 30 minutes. Cathie Wood, Elon Musk, and Jack Dorsey will be talking at the B Word conference, which is kind of a stupid name for a conference. Sounds like knockoff, like sequel of Sex and the City or something. The B Word. Yeah, so I'm going to try to knock out the request today so that we can all sign off and go watch that in 30 minutes, because I think that's pretty impactful stuff. Obviously, nice to see the bounce today. But before I do get started, I want to tell you guys about Kava, my amazing sponsor. Everything you need to know about them is down in the description, and you should click on the link, because if you click on the link, they'll see that you guys are actually watching and paying attention. But as I've told you before, they've basically set up an institutional grade platform for DeFi so that not only people like us can participate, but the biggest companies in the world will be able to participate in DeFi and interoperably through all chains, not just ERC20, but you can use BSC, Ethereum, everything else, completely interoperable, built on Atom Cosmos. We are huge fans of. They have so much coming. I just want you guys to click the link. Check them out. They are amazing. So what are we doing here? Well, usually at 2 p.m., but today at 1:30 p.m. Every Wednesday, I take chart requests from paid subscribers to my newsletter, and we dig in and look at those charts. Now, there aren't that many requests today because everybody knows the market is all over the place. You can't look at altcoin charts right now and get much information, even the Bitcoin chart, to be quite honest. But still, we're going to take a look at all you guys have going on, and we're going to dig in. Oh, my man, Julio, what's up, dude? Just real quick, I saw a question. Check out the housing market. Lots of people wondering about calling a top on the current housing bubble. I've been trying to call a top on the housing bubble since COVID started, so I've been dead ass wrong there. So I'm not even going to try. But listen, I think that eventually it's going to be a thing. I am streaming from the United Nations. I lied. I'm not actually at the beach. I'm on a top secret mission as the ambassador to Uganda at the United Nations, trying to stop a war between Iran and North Korea. No, that's what I'm doing here. So anyways, let's dig into the chart. Right here. Yeah, I said that I was the opening act for Elon Musk. I thought that was pretty funny. I said that on Twitter. All right, first let's take a very quick look here at Bitcoin. I'm going to do this very fast because you guys didn't request Bitcoin, but amazing, right? We stopped at the 5th, and I'm going to be looking down. I know it's going to be awkward, but I've got a laptop literally on my laptop of my lap. That's why they call it that. I don't know if you guys know that. You saw the last weekly candle found support at the 50 MA here. Well, we broke below, but look, we're almost like another 100 or 200 up. We got 5 more days or 4.5 more days. And we would hold that once again. But this is shaping up now as a gray in my case, weekly candle with a wick down, a hammer. Unbelievable to see this much demand after the desperation and fear that we were seeing yesterday. Daily, nothing's changed for me. Still this descending blue channel. Got to get above 42K to really be convinced. And right now we're at resistance at the EQ. Taking a look at the 4-hour, absolutely savage. Deviation below the range lows. Some are calling the range lows 28.85, 28.6 at this wick right here. If that's your thing, do your thing, dog. But for me, it was up here. And of course, inverse Bart Simpson. Come down, go right back up, and now back in the range. Technically, if this does hold here on the daily, you would expect crazy. I know, but technically you would expect this to be a deviation, a support hold, and a trip to the top of the range. Also, so, you'll hear bulls saying that this was a bear trap. And you'll hear bears saying that this is a bull trap. Fun. But if you were following me yesterday, I made a video. I posted on Twitter, put it in the newsletter. I said, I don't think necessarily we're bottoming. The volume's whack and Ethereum looks good. And I don't think Ethereum would have looked this good with bullish divergence at support against Bitcoin yesterday if the market was dying. And more importantly, Bitcoin had broken the range, but Ethereum USD had not, with bullish divergence once again at the range lows. So beautiful bounce there. If you were following along and had the sack, I didn't do anything to buy at 17.25 at those range lows. Well, you have been rewarded for your humongous ball sack. Congratulations. Your balls are huge. They're made of diamonds. You've graduated from diamond hands to diamond balls. Better than spaghetti hands or pasta balls, obviously. Now let's dig into your requests. I'm not looking at your comments, guys, because I'm looking at charts. AVA USDT. Well, this is actually a really, really key level that it bounced off of right around $1.60. Is that what this is? Yeah. So nice, actually, key level. If you believe that Bitcoin's bouncing now and you're trading alts on USDT pairs and you don't mind underperforming Bitcoin if it rips up or down, then you can start looking at alts. I'm not really looking at alts at the moment unless you're a long-term investor and you're trying to average in or whatever. I mean, very hard to know right now if we're getting a reactionary bounce off those lows or if this is real, especially with this conference happening today. I hate the news narratives, but like we all know that the world watches Elon Musk, right? So I would say that you do have a really nice bounce off support here. Could definitely draw another level down here if it drops further, right around $1.05. And your demand would be kind of right here off this candle. So coming off this whole area right here. Yeah. And then, this is going to be an iffy line, to be honest, but you could do something like this, right? So if you break above, but right now you are holding support. That's what you want to see. As I said, I'm going to do kind of lightning round on these because I want everybody to be able to go watch that conference. BNT, Bancor, Bitcoin. This is the daily chart. Death cross that nobody cares about because death crosses are stupid, right? Death cross ride support. Oh, wow. If you zoom out, this was the last time we were talking about this. Really nice trade there from 5653 up to 1A163. Pretty nice. I would say that right now, if you zoom in, oh, by the way, obviously, I'm on a much smaller screen and computer than you guys are used to, so that's why things look this way. We're right between two levels. This is a savage, beautiful, bullish SFP. Liquidity found right below this level, but still, guys, volume is low on a lot of these, right? Reactionary bounces, but it's not like money, I don't think, is pouring heavily into alts right now. I don't see that right now. So be careful here, but maybe you target just right back up to this level right here and you get a nice move. But hard for me to get too excited right now at this point. DAG gummit, as they say right down here in the South. They say dag gummit, boy. Dadgummit, that chart there done did bounce real nice. Yeah, they took our jobs. Yeah, let me make sure that I'm even still like streaming here. Oh, there's a dude's comment on my screen. Yes, yeah. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the stuff. All right, we got DAG. So DAG had this huge move, obviously, of late. Well, it came exactly down to support where it bounced yesterday. So this looks kind of good, and you can tell that this right now is bullishly engulfing the last two bearish candles. So this looks really, really good if you're looking for something, right? You might say that there was a level here, but really to me, this is the key level and maybe something through this area. Now, you don't love this massive pump because this is, that's a blow off top. That's a blow off top. So the question is, does it need to retreat more or is that far enough from that top? I mean, 0.38 all the way down to 0.1 is a pretty savage, so 66-ish something percent drop, more 0.4 basically, right? Oh wow, huge drop, 0.4 down almost to 0.1. So this could be reversing. I mean, and volume is coming in, nothing like we saw here. But when you see volume like this in a wick like that, guys, that is the definition of a top, blow off top. Huge volume, capitulation, bear, step in, push price down. This is the toppiest top of all tops that you will be topping. If we get any more drop, we got something through here, right? These highs, these lows right here. This is exactly where these lows were. Maybe you look at these MAs if that's your kind of thing. So yeah, I would say that really you want to come back up and flip these levels, even this one, although it's so high up. But this was a really nice spot to potentially catch a knife. Let's go in the 4 hour really quick. So it's very hard to even draw like a line because you have this massive thing up here. But if you ignore that or something, you could say that you've got sort of a breakout and retest here. But you can also see resistance there at the 50 MA. DOT, Bitcoin, nice hammer yesterday and reversal today. This looking pretty good. If this had gaps here, which you never really get on crypto charts because the market doesn't close, this would look kind of like a morning star, hammer reversal, something like that. Looked pretty decent. We had this breakout, but that was not to be. I mean, that's weak, right? All the way down here. I would say that we don't even, oh, yikes. Hitting the wrong buttons on my computer. Yes, I want to delete it. Leave me alone. Let's zoom out. So, I mean, this almost came back to this key level here. That's where you'd be looking if it drops further, would be around 0.0003280 if it comes down. But you do have this. Let's draw this. These are old trades over here, but you could kind of have this whole candle here, which was a key level on the way up that was never drawn there. So I would say if you're looking at this kind of locally, 4 hour, you can see more volume coming in. Maybe we draw something off of here and say this breaking out. These look pretty good. And you could tell from Ethereum yesterday that these are going to look pretty good. So that's how I view DOT. Fear. Damn, why would you call something fear, man? Remember that brand No Fear when we were kids? No Fear. No Fear. My niece was wearing, or here was some family. She was wearing a Maui and Sons swimsuit yesterday. I was like, man, that really took me back to the 80s. Maui and Sons, like OP, remember Ocean Pacific, or PCH, Pacific Coast Highway? Gotcha. Do you remember those brands? Anyone? So fear, yeah, I mean, I would say we're kind of at a key support here. Not much price action on this, only going back to May. And this had a huge pump. And this, see here, look, blow off top. Price got back to those highs, but on decreasing volume, and then it dropped. I wouldn't be surprised to see this drop further. Just looking at the chart. I don't even know what it is. I know nothing about it. No fear, bro. Yeah, I would look at that level, kind of something through here, right? These tops, that's the same line. And then here. But if you're into this, you do have a support bounce right here at 1.29. So anything above that is good. If it loses that, I'd be looking around 78 cents. And then the next one's called Fourth. We got Fear Fourth. Fear and Fourth. Fourth. United States dollar of tethers. This is a 4 hour chart. Pull something like this. Right, and that's right in confluence with the 50 MA. So that's going to be strong resistance. I wouldn't touch this until it's broken through both of those. Let me see if we zoom out on the daily, if we can see anything interesting. No, there basically is nothing on the daily yet. This is, basically 50 MA has been resistance for the entire existence of this coin. Yeah. If you're wondering why I'm so shiny, I'm still wearing sunscreen. Hair has got pool hair. Feeling it today, man. Vacation. And I'm wearing my anti-fiat social club shirt. You guys can see that. It's a pretty sweet shirt. eToro sent me that. Yeah, this is really simple. You got kind of levels through here. Ish. I would say here-ish, somewhere, which also is in confluence kind of with 200, something like that. And then ultimately up here. I would say set an alarm on that blue line if you're into this, and if you can get a clean break on volume, have at it. This is fun, but this is Cedar Fair to stock. Specifically asked for the stock. I love looking at these charts from March 2020, right? Stock market crash, absolute savagely bouncing. Fourth is, I was just told, I just saw someone said it has something to do with NFTs and NBA. That's cool. So listen, I would say that Cedar Fair, and look at that. Look at the crash of March 2020. And then this is the Dalai Lama pattern. If you guys ever hear someone talk about Dalai Lama pattern, this is it, which is kind of a meme. But price dumps and then just slowly floats back up, right? So listen, this, if you believe in gaps, you would definitely expect this one to fill here. So that's a bit disconcerting, but not all gaps filled. So I personally wouldn't worry about it, but jumps out to me on the chart that there's this massive gap up. But what also jumps out, we're on the weekly here, is we got a 50 MA tap and we have a gap down to a potential. We have 2 days and 3 hours left. So this is what I'd be watching. Morning. This would be a real morning star. Remember, I just talked about on another chart, if you have a big candle like this, it's the same when it's the top. A doji like this has not confirmed. And then if this gaps up and heads up on the next candle, this is a huge reversal pattern called a morning star, right? Any doji down here, the gap down and a gap up to another candle that's up. So I would be watching for that 50 MA. This looks likely to reverse here. And obviously, I mean, you can't ignore this level where it's also bouncing, right? Because that's a key swing high. After this move, struggled to break through, broke, retested again, and here we are. So I think this looks really good above $39. If it loses that, easy to cut, and then maybe add again at $28 when it fills that gap, if, not when. HNT. I mean, I would put this line here. Holding the 200 MA on the daily below the 50. God, and now I'm like an MA trader. It's weird just because, like I said, when I go to here, my first template is that has the right colors is the 50 and 200. So I've just kind of click on it and I've started adding them. So this looks like it'll have increasing volume on the daily. We've still got, 6 hours left and it's higher. This is a potential reversal candle right at the support of the 200 MA. I would trade this if it breaks the blue line. That's it. That to me would be the clear break of the uptrend. Of the downtrend. 1, 2, 3 touches, almost 4. So you're looking for something like this, like one of these break above, retest, and head up type things. That's what you want. I still think that we're ranging basically between these two levels. Here, let's draw it as a range to give you guys an idea. Just so you see. Oh, I don't want to enable that. Leave me alone. Just really quick. Draw this as a range. Right, so you had that high, right? A very clear high coming into there. And then this was the first major low before it went back up. So look at, you have 3 bullish SFPs and 1 bearish SFP. All these times liquidity above and below the range. So now we're kind of near the range. You want to get above this, then ultimately above the EQ, that dash line, and then to the top. And then we can start talking about really getting excited. But break of that blue line is what I'd be looking for. ICP looks like it's breaking out. ICP USDT, right? Very clean line. This I've had drawn already from way before. Drew this probably 2 weeks ago. So that's a break, retest, and this is in confluence like that other one we just looked at. 50 MA and resistance, both are being retested. Increasing volume, this looks great. I would never say buy now, I'm not going to, but if you're trading alts, this is about as good of a setup as you get. Clean break on volume, retest as support. Yeah, looks great. Looks really good. Let's add a line here. Looks really good. I don't know what else to say about that. Very, very clear resistance. Very nice break on increased volume. If it breaks down below, I don't know. You start looking back to this area for an entry again, 28, but that should hold and you can cut bait pretty easy if it starts closing candles below that blue line. That was ICP USDT. MATIC, beautiful bounce. Think guard, because it's one of my biggest positions. As you guys know, I did sell a lot towards the top. Have not really added back, to be quite frank, only because it's a big position, and I was happy taking that profit. There's that resistance. This is another fake out, came below, but, maybe this is the more key support, right? Lines can change. No big deal. Yeah, I still want to break this black line, honestly, but you definitely want to be above 92.8 here. So look, maybe you consolidate here for a bit and then break above something like that. That'd be sweet. But if this closes up here, then maybe you try to catch it coming down like that. There's a Chad candle and volume is massively increasing. So this, assuming the market is reversing, this should not stop. This is a big spike in volume after a reversal candle at support. This looks really good. The question is, you don't want it. The thing is, you don't want to buy it right as it's coming into resistance here, right? Obviously, that should be clear. QNT, USD, Coinbase, Coinbase listing. So annoying. So annoying, right? I think you got something going on like this. Just looks like a clear line to me. Jumps right out. Let's draw some. This is QNT USD for anyone. I don't know if you guys can see it on my screen. Once again, I apologize. I'm not checking the comments, but you know, a lot of charts to get through, and 10 minutes until Elon Musk and Jack get wood. Kathy Wood. That was another bad penis joke. This is tough, right? Because this had huge volume, but now volume's kind of decreasing. It's floating up with a lot of up wicks. This, be a little cautious. Maybe if you break that blue line, consider it. This is a broadening descending wedge, which, you know, statistically does well. Almost a channel, but broadening descending wedge. So that should target, if it breaks the blue line, should target 92.50. It's pretty straightforward. I would say you have other support here-ish. Remember, when I draw lines, they're just kind of an area. You know, like, doesn't have to be exact, that line. Yeah. This is a tough one. This was a clear, massive reversal on the 4-hour, right? Yeah, this very indecisive spinning top, major wick up and down, and then huge follow through on volume. I mean, it should keep going up. If the market keeps going up, that should keep going up. Riot, mining, Bitcoin, mining. I think Mara, Riot, these mining stocks, I think Argo is going public now too. They're like trading Bitcoin on steroids. Actually posted an article on my blog recently about different ways to get Bitcoin exposure. It's Bitcoin Exposure 101, I think is what we called it. And it talks about, you know, if you don't want to buy Bitcoin, you could buy MicroStrategy, or you could buy a mining stock, or all these other ways that you can gain exposure, right? And so mining stocks, I really like right now if Bitcoin goes up, because you get the benefit of Bitcoin going up, and you get the mining shutdown in China. So you get all of that hash rate coming to companies like Riot and Marathon, again, Argo. So this is right at resistance as well, right? Sandwich between the 50 and 200. That won't last. This should have a real move between, but this again sort of has a morning star vibe. It's not. It would have been if this candle had followed this one, but we had 2 candles down, but nice gap up. I want to be above 29, 28, and then really breaking this line. But and then I think we have another key resistance here. But you can just play the levels on things like these. But really, like, I'm not trading something like Riot on a chart. I'm investing in it if I think Bitcoin's going to go up because it has more upside. So you guys can make that choice. I am going to check the comments here for 1 second. It's a shame about Ray, but nice shirt. I don't know what that's about. Oh, talk about no fear shirts. You guys are talking about no fear shirts. I'm going back through. Yeah, gotcha. Remember that brand? Catch it, Jimmy's. Was it Jimmy Z or Jimmy's? Right? Jimmy Z or Jimmy's? Jimmy Z or Jimmy's. People are asking where you can watch the conference. Maybe I can put it in the comments. Watch. Let's see if this works. That work? I don't think it went on YouTube though. I don't know where it went. Airwalk, that was another one. Yeah, I mean, you guys, you go on my Twitter. I posted it earlier today. It's the bword.org. thebword.org. You'll be able to watch that. Oh, so meanwhile, let's get through these. Theta broke this key demand and coming back up to resistance, but now I would say let's draw it as a line. Something like that. Yet again, sort of like MATIC, big pump, but right into resistance. This has an impending death cross for those who care, but we all know that's because this happened, right? It'll death cross right at the bottom, as usual. Maybe something like this on Theta. I'm going on a second vacation tomorrow. It's going to be great. Not for, yeah, from beach to lake. I mean, you got that one. definitely call this a key line. I don't even think this one, you know, something like that. Might give us an indication it's reversed. Right now, I would say you've pumped right into resistance and not to touch it yet. We want to flip that and get through that line, right? 5 minutes. UTK. Finally, this looked like that dot chart I posted, right? This clean breakout, but like, who really cares? I have an alarm set on this line already for when it breaks above. So you can tell that last time I looked at it, what I wanted and price was down here was, you know, something like this. So I still really would want to have that. And I think that, by the way, I'm a huge U-Trust fan. I hold this coin to be transparent. But yeah, I think you're at resistance right here, something like that, you know, or one of these. Maybe here. I don't know. You know, a lot of these, I'm not saying we're not reversing, but they look like kind of reaction, like the market turned around, Bitcoin did good. Oh, yeah. Little pump, but like you wouldn't be surprised to see a candle like this turn around, go down. So I'm just hesitant still with alts, even though they kind of look juicy. I think this actually might be a line right here. That could be the line because that's pretty clean. So maybe it closes above that. You flip it, target 24 cents. YFDAI USDT. I didn't even realize this was now trading on KuCoin. That's cool. But barely any price history here. I mean, I was in this from $40 and sold above $6,000 primarily. I still have some, but sold most of it. One of the best trades I had all last year. I was in this like the first day. I've told the story on Twitter a bunch of times. But a friend was like, "You gotta buy some YFDAI," and it was like low liquid, so I just bought a little bit, like blindly on Uniswap, and literally went up to like $6,000. This could be breaking out. There's no volume. When I say no volume, like literally no volume. Right. So this is not really being traded here heavily on KuCoin, obviously. Now that I look closer, I would adjust this. But this did flip the 50 MA here, if that's your thing on the 4 hour, and is breaking. If this breaks above, you'd look for a retest and would be targeting this level right here, $1,000. Great move if it happens. This whole area will be resistance, I would imagine. Something like, I mean, this chart's jagged, so something like this, right? Cool. Then we can talk about higher targets down the road. YFI, BTC. I appreciate that you guys spared me the heavy requests because they happen to be, okay, this is right at resistance as well. And held that beautifully. So let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, I mean, what you're looking for here is this. Either it comes down here, you buy on the way up, or you flip this, catch it there, boop, 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 head up. Once again, right at resistance. Can't buy it here. You wanted to buy it down here when it was sweeping these lows slightly, right? That's a bullish SFB. So now we got to get above that level or buy it if it drops. And that's it for YFI. We got 2 minutes left. I would love to continue hanging out with you guys, but in reality, I want to go watch this thing too. I want to watch it, and it should be on hopefully in 2 minutes. I'm sure I'll sign off, and it'll be like 3 hours later they'll come on stage, but that is not supposed to be the case. So guys, before we get done, please once again do check out Kava. Amazing. And everything you need to know about them is down in the description. So give that a quick click. You guys are asking about a bunch of coins over here. Yeah, no trip to Florida back in the day was complete without seeing Big Johnson shirts everywhere. You guys remember those? The funniest Big Johnson shirt was the one that said Big, on the front it said Big Johnson Casino. And on the back, it said liquor in the front, poker in the rear. Big Johnson Casino, liquor in the front, poker in the rear. And with that, I'm out. Enjoy Elon Musk. Hopefully he doesn't ruin it for us.